What's up, guys? Welcome back to Humble and Bold. I am your host, Zach Fobbs, and I have to say, gentlemen, I am so proud of you. You've started taking action and started changing your style for the better, and I am so proud of you, and you look amazing, I have to say. But wait, hold on. Okay, that's alright. Wow. Okay, let's talk. Don't freak out. You look amazing, but there are just some things that I'm noticing that are totally throwing you off. And that could be anyone. We can spend time to plan some really great outfits, but with our new desire to look better with our style comes along with some mistakes that we make down the line, and I'm here to fix those for you. So today, gentlemen, we're going over 10 style mistakes most men make. Starting with number 1, wearing white athletic socks. Gentlemen, as a kid, I have never liked wearing white socks because I sweat a lot and they tend to get a little dirty. But typically, whenever you do wear white dress socks, it's so off-putting to your outfit. And whenever I see a guy, he's wearing a killer outfit. He might be wearing a suit, nice tie, killer pocket square. He is on point with everything. He sits down. I get to look at his socks, see what type of person he is, and it's just a white Christmas down there, and I just freak out every time. Gentlemen, a nice safe way to go when you're starting out with your little style journey is to buy some nice plain dress socks. Make sure that when you do buy these socks, they do say dress socks. Typically, these are going to be thinner, they're going to be a lot more silkier than normal socks, and they're going to fit inside those nice shoes, nice, comfortable, and smooth, and trust me, you're going to look amazing. Down the line, when you do start exploring your style a little bit more, then you can start exploring some more playful, more colorful, and patterned socks. Number 2, and I might get some heat from this, and that's having too many buttons unbuttoned when you're wearing a dress shirt. Now, this is something that's, again, I might get a little heat for because some guys, they like to show off a lot of cleavage when it comes to their nice and muscular chest, but typically this is not something you want to do when you're trying to look professional. You're trying to have someone look at you with respect and authority. You typically don't want to just basically have your chest all out like you're some sort of dago or you're out somewhere at a beach or something. Typically, when you are unbuttoning a dresser, you want to look a little more casual. I get that. I do too. You want to unbutton one button. That's usually my go-to. Sometimes if I want to go a little bit flashier or I feel like showing off a little bit, I do too. I would do no more than 3. I personally want to go 3, but anything beyond 3 is a no-go. Now that we're on the subject of buttons, let's move on to number 3, is that you're having too many buttons buttoned when you're wearing a blazer. Gentlemen, this is something that kills me every time I see it. You're not supposed to button this bottom button. I know, despite what you see or what your friends might tell you, this button on the very bottom of every single suit that you own is just for show. This is basically, when you do button this button, I guarantee you it's going to throw off the silhouette of that suit and make you a little more clumpier than you already supposedly are. Gentlemen, just leave this unbuttoned. I guarantee you you're going to have a nice tapered look to it. And if you do have 3 buttons, you can button the 2 top buttons, but just leave that bottom one alone. And number 4, having curly and just curly collars. Gentlemen, this is something that makes you look sloppy. I get it. You want to put in that effort in wearing a dress shirt, but over time, this collar right here will get very wrinkled and very curly over time, and this is gonna throw off your entire look, especially when you wear a tie. Trust me, I've done this numerous times and I fully regret it every time. Now, the number 1 solution to this is to find some collar stays. And basically what you do, I'm just gonna scoot up here just a little bit. You pop it in, if I can find the hole. Not the right hole. There it is. You see the difference? It's nice and straight, and versus this hot mess right here. Gentlemen, you can invest in some great collar stays on Amazon. They're really cheap. You can get them right to your doorstep, or just go out to the store and just find some at maybe at a Burlington, or I think even Macy's sells some for a really great price. Or if you don't have any collar stays right on you and you want to fix that solution right away, if you're in sort of an office setting or whatever you do work, it does have you do have some paper clips on hand. You can easily just pop that paper clip. Make sure you extend it. If your collar's a little bit longer, extend it, pop it in, you're good to go. And the 5th mistake that most men make when it comes to their style is not knowing how to wear a tie bar. This is something that's going to keep your tie in place whenever you do wear it. It's not going to let it get all frayed and all dispositioned when you are on the go. But the mistake that most men make is that whenever they do buy a tie bar is that it often becomes too long for their tie, and it kind of like goes offset or covers the entire length of the tie, or it just completely goes over it. Gentlemen, you're supposed to have it kind of short to where it just goes kind of like midway towards your tie, and it doesn't throw off your entire look. You can basically cut your whole tie in half. Now, as far as position goes, a lot of men think that it's supposed to become like really down here, like really low here, or very like up here. It's supposed to be dead middle in the center of where your tie would be. There, right in the middle, right from where your neck ends to where your middle abdomen begins. Number 6, and I am guilty of this, but that's wearing too many accessories. We often think that if we throw on like 3 different bracelets, a watch, a tie bar, pocket square, lapel pin, and like 4 different rings plus a necklace, we are absolutely balling. But this is further from the truth. Gentlemen, less is more, and when you do maybe just throw on a tie bar, a ring, and maybe just leave it at that, or maybe throw in a nice pocket square, you're going to basically show the world that you know how to detail your outfit without going on just a little bit overboard. And number 7, you're too matchy-matchy with your accessories. Particularly, you see this a lot when it comes to like headwear in your shoes, or you see this with like a lot of ties in your pocket square, especially with that. When it comes to wearing a tie in a pocket square, it's just my humble opinion is that you're not supposed to match your entire look when it comes to your tie and your pocket square. They're not supposed to be made from the same material, from the same look, or same company, or if they are from the same company, make sure that they are coordinating. They share the same color theme, but one or the other has a different pattern. Maybe one's solid, maybe one's not, and maybe one's a little more fluorescent than the other. But just make sure that if you're wearing, for example, this purple tie, you're not wearing the exact same purple pocket square. And number 8 is leaving tags or stitches in your clothing, especially when you first buy them. Now, this typically is guilty in a lot of guys when it comes to suits. They don't pay attention that a lot of them have that little deadly X towards the bottom of the lips that's like kind of behind, like on your butt. This X is supposed to keep the suit in place, just for when it looks on the rack, it looks nice and intact. The silhouette looks great when it hangs. But you're supposed to cut that out so that it's nice and flowy back here, and you won't have like a white line white X going on along your butt area. And another thing that's bugging me when it comes to leaving tags and stitching on top of your clothing, sometimes it is intentional. That especially with hats and like shoes or pants or something like that, a lot of guys think that if they leave the tags on from their really popular brands that they buy from, or the really expensive price tag they leave it on, they think that it's gonna make them look more stylish, more in tune with their look. And honestly, in my humble opinion, this makes you look super pretentious, and you're just trying to call attention to yourself. Which brings me to number 9, and that's sporting others' brands too much. You see this a lot when guys are trying to follow like the latest trends and everything like that. They're rocking their Supreme shirt or Gucci pants or Louis Vuitton belt, and this is something that I don't completely agree with, because of course you do want to show off you have money, which is great if you have it, but at the same time you're showing that you're just following that trend and you're just becoming yourself a hype beast. And this is something that we typically don't want, especially us as gentlemen. We want to have our own image, our own brand when it comes to how we want to present ourselves. And this is something that you clearly won't be able to do if you're just gonna go out and buy the latest Nike shirt that just has their giant logo just spat all over the front. And the 10th mistake that most men make is that their grooming is not on point. Yes, gentlemen, your grooming is an essential when it comes to how you look, especially with your style. You could be having the nicest suit on, you paid attention to the details, you're not having too many accessories on, but the minute that someone gets close to you, they're noticing that your face is volcanic mess, your haircut is not tamed at all, and your beard looks something like a caveman. Gentlemen, this is something that's gonna totally make everyone forget that you're rocking a very nice outfit, and basically all your efforts are gonna go straight down the drain. And that's it for me today, gentlemen. If you like this video and you found it informative, don't forget to drop us a like down below, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit that little notification bell to know when we drop a video every single week. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. See you next time.